here to show you this photo card that folds out from the center and also show you how to create this unique layered embossed background. This is how the card folds open, and you can, on all these little folds, I put little photos. You could also do stamped images too. First, I'm going to create that little fold out. I'm going to use my trimmer and cut a piece of paper to 2 inches by 12 inches. You can use any size you want. I just like to use the 12-inch so that it can be as long as possible. Now I'm going to measure this at 2 inches and put a little score line in here. Now you can use a fancy scoring tool to do this, but I just like to use my trimmer and this little impressor that I have. So I'm putting little folds at 2 inches all along this, so there'll be 6 spots. And with these little scores, I'm just going to fold it accordion style, and this will be the fold out piece on my card. Easy to do. So the pieces that I have, photos or stamped images that I put on these, I'll make 1.75 inches, 1 3/4, by 1 3/4, and it fits right on there with white trim around the edge. Now I just wanted to show you, this is one of my favorite sets. It's the thank you set. It just says thank you a million ways, and that's great because I send a lot of thank you cards. So there's a lot of different images here for me to use. I'm just going to take this one that repeats thank you, and I thought along with 5 photos on here, I'd also do a stamped section too. I'm just going to keep it really simple and stamp this a few times with the distress ink that's the blue, which is called Broken China. I love this color. Now when I want to stamp a whole lineup of images, I always start at the bottom and work my way up. It just makes it easier to see where you're going to stamp. So there's that piece, and I'll just put photos on the rest of the squares. Next, I wanted to show you the rest of the card. The card actually opens also, so I can write a message on the inside. I just cut an off-white Hero Arts note card to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I actually turned it inside out so that the white is on the outside. It's fun to have the color on the inside instead. Now I've got this image, this clear image, and although it's stained with ink color, as long as I clean it, it's okay to use. So I'm just inking it with Versamark ink, which is just a clear ink that's somewhat sticky so that I can put clear embossing powder on it. And I'm just going to stamp this image in the 4 corners of my card. Now I'm going to shake on some clear embossing powder. I just keep mine in this little Tupperware, and I shake it on with a spoon. So I'm going to put on all of the images that I stamped with Versamark, and I'm going to flick off the extra and zap it with a heat gun. So this is my first layer of embossing. So I'm going to show you how we're going to ink over it and then do another layer. Now this is the Distress Ink and Shabby Shutters. It's a really soft green, and this is the Ranger inking tool. And I'm going to work ink over these images. I start off the paper and move towards it, just putting circles of ink onto the card. Now you can see where I embossed, it resists it, makes a neat ghost-like image. So I'm just going to do this all the way around the card, and I'm just going to keep the green ink on the outside edges. Now that I've done this and left a little bit of white spot on the inside, I'm going to take a baby wipe and just kind of polish the areas that were embossed, and it just removes the extra ink from it and makes it stand out even more. You can also use a wet rag or t-shirt or whatever. And here you can get a feel for where the fold out part of the card will be positioned. Next I'm going to take this dot background. This is one of the most versatile stamps that Hero Arts has, and I'm going to ink it up with the Versamark ink again. So now I'm going to put another layer of embossing over the inking that I just finished. So the areas that I emboss now will have the green ink trapped underneath it. So you can layer up colors this way. So I'm clear embossing it again, and you can see in the center of the card they're just clear dots, and on the edges of the card they're green dots. So now whatever ink I put over this will keep those colors under the dots. It's just a fun way to layer up different images. A script would be neat here too. So now I'm going to go back to that Broken China blue distress ink, and I'm going to work that ink over mostly the center of the card. I'm going to overlap a little bit with the green so that I can make those green dots pop out too. So you can see in the center you have blue with white dots, and on the edge you have blue with green dots. So you can see all the layering going on there. It's just something fun to add dimension to a background. Now you can mix any kind of colors together with this. You could do shades of brown or like a pink and a yellow. Anything would really work. I like to do a few backgrounds like this at a time so I can make several cards at once. And then of course I went with the wipe and polished up the embossed areas again. And for a little fun, I put some pearls around the stamped images. So now this is a little square that's cut as a mat for the fold out section of my card, and I'm just going to put adhesive on the center of it. Then I've got this strip of ribbon that I'm going to lay right across the center, and then I'm going to take my fold out section, put adhesive on that too because I want to sandwich the ribbon between it, and put it right over it. So the ribbon is sandwiched between it, and that's what's going to tie closed our little fold out. You can use any kind of ribbon for this, but I like the silk ribbon because it's nice and thin. Now I'm going to adhere this well to the center of our card. Now remember, this card still opens up like a regular card, so I can write a message. This card is actually for a friend of mine who took some lovely pictures of my family. So I'm going to write a thank you on the inside, and on this fold out I'm going to include several of the photos that she took of us. I thought it was a great way to make it a little extra special for her. Now I wanted to put an embellishment on the center, so what I'm going to do is put a little adhesive on the ribbon only, just on the ribbon, and put this flower there so that when you open this, the ribbon stays on, or I'm sorry, the flower stays on the ribbon and you can open it easily. And then you can always tie it again when you're done. There's many ways to do this. You could do a stamped image there, whatever works best for you. So here is a close-up shot of the finished card. You can see the layers of embossing there on the edge, the green dots and the blue dots and the white flower. Just lots of fun that you can do with the inking. The pearls also add to kind of a elegant feel to the card. And here's the finished outside. You can fix your bow to be however you would like, and then it folds open to reveal the photos and more images on the inside. Thanks for watching.